Let's bring in Omar Baddar, who is a Palestinian American political analyst and who joins us now live from Washington, D.C. Welcome to the programme. As you watch events unfold in Jerusalem and Gaza from Washington, what's your reaction to what's happening?
Look, what is unfolding right now is really nothing short of a horror and an outrage. I mean, you have the indiscriminate bombing of Gaza that has killed more than 20 people, and including 9 children. And this is happening at a time when Gaza is already under an Israeli siege that prevents normal life from existing in Gaza. Palestinians in Gaza cannot go in and out of the Strip without Israeli permission, which is rarely granted. And life is really close to squalor. I mean, they can't trade with the outside world. Life has come to a really very depressing situation right now. And this is all happening while Israel is attempting to carry out an act of ethnic cleansing in East Jerusalem. That is effectively what the planned evictions in Sheikh Jarrah are. And international law is absolutely clear about the fact that East Jerusalem is occupied Palestinian territory that Israel has no claim to whatsoever. So what Israel is attempting to carry out there is war crimes. And the worst part of it all is Washington's reaction, which essentially has done nothing but express occasional concern about Israel's systemic and long-standing and widespread violence against Palestinians, but somehow discovered the words condemnation when it came to Palestinian violence, in spite of the fact that the U.S. is complicit in Israeli violence.
Omar, let me just jump in there. Is it going to change at all? Are we going to see a different response from the U.S.? I mean, we heard Blinken, Secretary of State Blinken, just saying, he calls on both sides to show restraint. Is there going to be anything more than words like this?
It's extremely disappointing that this is the track that the Biden administration is choosing, and I don't anticipate anything particularly better from the administration itself. However, where there is promising signs of progress is in the fact that more and more members of the U.S. Congress, particularly on the Democratic side of the aisle, who are willing to speak up in defense of Palestinian rights.
And will that make a difference? Because you have Palestinians there.
That's right. I mean, it will make a difference in the long term. In the short term, it's about showing that there is a different voice. There is recognition right now in the fact that the politics of this issue are changing within the United States. This narrative that you can never criticize Israel or defy the Israel lobby and have a political career is being shattered, as evident by the fact that you have more and more members of Congress who are now speaking out against Israel's brutality against Palestinians, and they're continuing to have thriving political careers. And I think that will create courage, and it's recognition of the fact that American public opinion on this issue is also changing, where a majority of Democratic voters in the United States right now favor conditioning military aid to Israel and reducing it because of Israel's violations of Palestinian rights. And it's only a matter of time before the U.S. administration takes note of that shifting change and starts acting in a way that respects international law and lives up to this rhetoric that the U.S. always engages in about the importance of centering human rights, the way the Biden administration talks about it. It's time to put our money where our mouth is and to back up those lofty words with real action.
And just very quickly, that money, the U.S. annually provides $3.3 billion to Israel. On that note, thank you, Omar Baddar, Palestinian American political analyst. Thank you.